Hello friends, welcome to From Ibiza with Love, the Glow Guide. I'm Mariana and today we're here with Ania. Very special episode where you've been a nomad for over 10 years. And I wanted to find out, please introduce yourself a little bit, but also for our viewers, what attracted you to Ibiza?
Yeah, so thank you for having me here.
My pleasure.
It's a real pleasure.
Yeah, it was an instant click, like you said.
It was an instant click. We were at a sound healing, and I overheard that you were from Miami. Yes. And I said, hey, I lived in Miami for some time.
Well, it was helpful that we were next to each other.
That was very helpful too. So there was some universal alignment there. And then we started chatting.
Yeah. And you told me about the Indian festival.
I did tell you about the Indian festival.
I would never have known about it, yeah. That was really cool. So yeah, I'm glad we met. Instant click. I love that.
Yeah.
It happens a lot to me, but
I bet.
But it's always special. And yeah, yesterday we were at such a beautiful concert, and you've been wanting to go there, Tierra Iris, and you haven't been, and you're like, okay, you're really selling me. I'm like, I know that's my job, but trust me, this one I'm not trying to sell to you. But it was amazing.
It was amazing. Yeah.
The one with nature, I love the visuals that they added. That was really, I moved a little bit from you because I wanted to see everything. And her music, I mean, all of it was just like the true essence of Ibiza for me.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad you joined and that I'm still good at selling apparently.
Yes, you are. And selling the good things.
Yeah.
So, absolutely.
Yeah. It's true. I only sell the good things and that I believe in and that I love. So tell us about Ibiza and where have you traveled? How did you end up here? And what's keeping you here?
Wow. So it's been a long nomadic journey. It's something that I started, 10 years ago. And my first island was...
You're from Canada.
I'm from Canada originally with a Polish background. And I started off in Bali. So that was a crazy journey. I wanted to travel as far as possible from everything that I knew.
Okay, very brave.
Yeah.
I made my way to Bali, but 2 summers ago after, first close, exploring close, and then you started the other way. It's like not dip your toe.
Exactly.
Woo, here I go. I hope I swim.
That's a little bit my style. Yeah, because you always...
That's very brave, really.
Thank you. Yeah. I feel like if you trust yourself and if you trust life, you always learn to swim in no matter what situation. You find out so much about yourself, about your likes, your dislikes, which way you want to take your life. So that was, a little bit. Dive into Bali, there for some time. And
did you actually learn to surf?
I tried, and I did stand up.
Okay.
But I can't say I'm a professional surfer.
Okay.
So, I would love to say that I am maybe one day. So it started there, and then I realized how magical it was and how much life it brought me to be in places that aligned with my soul and the things that I love, right? So that brought me to a lot of other places. It brought me to Miami, Portugal, California, Brazil.
You really explored.
I really explored.
Nice.
But I also stayed in each place for a longer period of time to actually dive deeper there. Not to be there as a tourist, but really to be there to get to know the culture and the place and the customs and everything. That's where, the local people, that's where the magic lies, create community. And then...
below this, deeper than just the surface where you come for a few days,
Exactly, like you're doing with Ibiza. Right.
Well, yeah, but that's other places I just go dip my toe in, but here I couldn't deny it. It was I didn't want to leave. So how did you apparently gave a lot of places quite a chance and a deeper dive. So how did you feel that this was the right place for you? And
I felt like right now it is because it brings together so many things that I love. It's closer to my family in Canada and in the US, so that was a big...
It is very central.
It is very
right
central.
In the middle of Europe and very well connected to practically everything.
Yeah, it's for an island, it's relatively easy.
Yes.
Right?
Luckily, it's a popular island.
Yeah, maybe the most popular.
Right.
And I loved the size of the island. It's small. Life is simple here. I love that it takes over a week for anything from Amazon to arrive. You have to be super intentional with your choices, right?
Hey, at least there is Amazon.
At least there is Amazon.
Before, I had another friend, she goes, I love Miami because of Amazon and so on. But then you come here and it's so nature and a slower way of life.
Yeah, and you realize how much you don't need stuff. you know? And that happened in Bali as well, right?
That happened to me here. It's like,
right?
I don't miss Amazon. I could give up Amazon for Ibiza.
Exactly.
But now you have the best of both.
Exactly, right? It comes, it just takes some time.
Yeah.
But no, it's like life is simple, life is beautiful. You know, the natural way of living. Anywhere you drive here is such a pleasure to drive to because you're literally driving through nature and it's stunning, right? You can work, then you go to the beach after work, right? And it's so well connected to all of Europe. But there's also, you know, one can't deny the spirit and the mysticism of this island. It's
you felt it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's its own vibration. It's a vortex. Some say you have to be strong to to kind of go through the waves that it can bring, but typically you feel alive here, right?
Yeah, you feel more alive here. That's so true.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're home and you want to keep staying, at least for me.
Yeah.
I think no matter where I've been, here I also came just for a few days the first time, and it's like, okay, I need to extend, I need to plan my comeback, and you know.
Yeah, you know when you're called.
Yeah.
And the thing about nature is that.
But this place really, like you're right, it's a vortex between the Svedra and the sirens, and especially I think like female energies, it makes you come alive more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
and
you've been here for how long?
This year for about 5 months total.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're becoming an Ibicenca.
I think I am, slowly but surely.
I was reading a tiny bit about the very interesting busy year you've had last year. So I want to learn a little bit more about that because like I always wanted to walk the Camino and I was surprised that like you were, you know, kind of told you may never walk again, but then you did that. That's fascinating to me. And also like you did a very deep training for healing, right? So I don't know if it's like shamanic but would love to learn more.
Yeah.
Because you have this very calm and grounding energy about you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. That's cultivated over the last 10 years, I would say. It was not a natural thing before.
I would never be able to tell because I just thought you're just born this way.
Wow.
Honestly.
No, that's all the inner work. You wouldn't have recognized me before. But thank you.
So anyone can change.
Anyone can change. Yeah. You just need the desire, you know, and the courage to show up differently.
It's very inspiring.
Thank you so much. So let's see, where shall I start? What would you like to know about the Camino?
So how did you decide to walk that, and why were you predicted that maybe you won't be able to walk? And how long did you do it for, and like what kind of spiritual transformation it had on you?
Right, great questions. I'll try to hit all of them. So it's something that I had wanted to do for a while because I realized that for me, you know, people travel for different reasons. Some people like to see all of the museums, you know, the sites, etc. I realized that somewhere that shifted towards spiritual travel for me. And what I look for is how can I get closer to the culture? How can I, you know, have some kind of transcendental experience based on the land and what happens there? And I was at
And that place, I think, has a very profound impact on many people.
Absolutely.
That do the journey.
Absolutely.
I hope one day I do it.
I'm sure you will. I will make sure of it. Because it's a really wonderful experience because you can do it with people, but typically people do it alone, meet people along the way. You meet incredible people with incredible stories. But also you're walking mostly alone for 8 hours a day, right? And when you involve the physical movement, right, you get out of the mind and into the body and you're just with yourself.
It's like a meditative trance probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, it's this whole shedding of what's not yours, what's not true to you. And you realign with yourself, you realign to the tune of nature because you're in nature most of the time. And you're left with what's there, you know, and you're left with yourself, right? So what kind of thoughts am I having? Or what kind of downloads am I having? Where do I want to take my life? That kind of thing. It was a period of transition for me after being a nomad for, at that point, 9 years. And I was like, where do I want to settle? Where do I want to bring my life? How do I want to bring my work out into the world? And, you know, I find a lot of, in modern life, I think we can all agree that we're all extremely busy.
Yes.
Right? And that's something.
And we were overwhelmed.
And overwhelmed, right? And that's
and you
something.
came from that kind of world. You said you were in marketing in Canada, right?
Yeah. So, I remember at some point being in university, working in nightlife, having 3 other jobs, going like to school for full time, right? So
I did the same.
Yeah,
actually.
Right, because that's what
I was
we're
in business school
taught.
and I had 3 jobs and I kind of loved it.
Yeah, I kind of loved it
I
too.
loved it.
Yeah, because that's what we're taught matters, and
Yeah.
that's the performance, and you matter, and whatever, right? But the Camino,
And I think it's like a good point to go through. It's like it gave me different perspectives. It gave me different ideas. Like I loved that I always was doing.
yeah,
I don't know if I would do it again, but when
Right.
you're young and energetic, like better than I don't know, partying nonstop.
Yeah. It develops certain skills,
Yes.
right? And those skills are important.
Right.
At the same time, being always go, go, go,
Right.
maybe you're
You
not
lose
so,
yourself a
you
little
lose
bit.
yourself. You're not as connected to yourself and your center and your soul. And the thing about the Camino, all you do, and someone shared this with me and I'll never forget it, is you shower,
Okay.
you eat, you sleep, and you walk. Everything else is gone,
Yeah.
right? And so
How long did you do this walk?
so I did 130 kilometers in 7 days.
Okay.
Yeah, some people do a month, but for me it was a challenge with some past health things. That's why I was told I would never walk again, possibly. And I was like, so this is challenging for me. And I love these experiences that show you how powerful you are, show you can transcend anything that's happened to you in your life and create whatever reality you want,
Yeah, if you were strong enough to do that, then what's projected on you, it's like shatters, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can walk that long, that far. You can do it with food intolerances. You can do it, and then you see the magic of the Camino. I imagine it's a similar magic that people talk about Burning Man. The things that you need just appear, right? So I would suggest it, absolutely. So that's the Camino story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is very, very, very inspiring.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll be asking. Yeah.
When is the best time to do it? Like if someone wanted to go, or when did you do it?
I did it the first week of June.
Okay.
I would say kind of end of May, first week of June or September, because otherwise it's just too hot, even in the north of Spain. Yeah, so you want to be comfortable.
Right.
Some people do it in the winter, but then you're probably walking through a bit of snow. Yeah,
Wow.
and there's less of that that spirit of you're walking alone together when you're on the path, because there's less people, right?
Yes.
So I wanted to do it. I wanted to make sure there were some people around just in
Yeah.
case I needed help.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So late spring and early fall.
I would say so. Yeah. And that's also kind of,
Unless you're a survivor.
unless you're a survivor,
And maybe the other month.
unless you enjoy like a larger amount of struggle, Yeah.
No, it's nice to find community no matter where you are.
Yeah.
I think even on the path, like when you're with yourself, it's still cool to connect with like-minded people.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And often people have their own stories of transformation and why they're doing it, which is inspiring as well, as you said, to learn about. Yeah.
The power of the soul is never ceases to surprise me. I should say.
Exactly.
So you went also through like a 300-hour healing training?
Mm-hmm.
Not yoga, right?
Not yoga.
Okay.
We did yoga at 7 a.m., but that's where the yoga ended. So then after that,
And where did you do that? Or I mean, after the Camino. You did
after the
this
Camino, yeah. I traveled to South America, also on a bit of a spiritual pilgrimage. I love being a seeker. And I started off in Peru, and I discovered Cusco in the Sacred Valley, and that's kind of the origin of the Quero shamans, who are the shamans that essentially preserved shamanism till today, because they went up into the mountains when the conquistadors came, and so they didn't, like, their traditions didn't perish, basically. And I've been through a lot
We're not reformed.
Exactly, yeah. And I've been through a lot in my life, and I've looked through a lot of healing modalities to
So
create.
more connected with nature, you mean, than the modern
Exactly.
pharma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tried pharma, didn't quite work for me. Had to go a little deeper, and I did. And this was one of the things that absolutely changed my life, is shamanic energy medicine.
Wow. So what did you do? Like, what did you learn? How do people find this? Actually,
right? Yeah. I mean, so, okay, I'll answer your first question. And essentially, so then I started getting acquainted with the work of Alberto Villoldo, and he is an anthropologist, a medical anthropologist who brought shamanism to the modern world. And so he has a school, right? Yeah. Bringing the truth to the rest of the world. And he has a school in the Andes in Chile, though the traditions are more, Peruvian. And so I stayed there for a whole month learning these skills.
And I believe in modern medicine. Like my mom was, funny enough, everyone in my family, they're doctors. And my mom was a surgical OBGYN. But then at some point, she also changed a lot more homeopathic.
Yeah.
And I think that is the way to be. Like, yes, sometimes you need that, but we are our own healers.
Yep.
If you can be in tune with nature, and if you can be living a more harmonious life, then maybe you don't need so much of that, right? Like a lot of it is our energy.
Yeah.
A lot of it can be cleared with energy. Or if you can combine both, then maybe that's the ideal, but not one or the other is so extreme. And I think probably if I were to choose one, the shamanic way is more aligned with me than, okay, let's like chop it all up.
Right. And that's what it is. Like you nailed it with the way you described it, because it depends. Yeah, there we go. It depends on the situation, right? If you have something acute, we need modern medicine. You need someone to get in there, stop the thing from happening, and et cetera. Like if you have a broken bone, if you have, et cetera. But when you have something chronic.
You know what's crazy though? I work with a healer.
Yeah.
And hedgehogs, when they break their arm or leg, like usually, I guess leg, anyway.
Their paw.
When they break a little limb, generally they're in so much pain, they gnaw it off. Like they.
Oh my goodness, they amputate themselves?
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
Supposedly, yes. So this happened. So this healer was telling me a story, and I guess she's quite shamanic as well, that this happened to like a hedgehog, one of her friends. And she goes, can you please help it, And she worked on it energetically. And the vet said, like, we've never seen this before, but like, it's healing so well. And like, nothing, it was fine.
Wow.
So even in that sense, like how much of it can be, it's wild. That's why I want to learn more about it, because I'm not there yet, but it's always fascinating to me.
It's still fascinating to me. I've been following this world for about 10 years now, actually ever since I encountered it in Bali. And I'm still fascinated by it, right? Because it's so intangible, but has such a profound impact.
Exactly.
And you see people's lives change. Yeah. And after going through a bunch of energy healing.
How they can see that.
And they can see it. Yeah. It reflects in their world.
Right.
So after going through a bunch of healing modalities, I realized I needed to learn this because it was so powerful, right? When we change our energy, we actually change what we attract into our lives. We change how we experience life. We change our experience of life. At some point our life becomes unrecognizable. We become unrecognizable, and we become more aligned to our true self. It's not about this becoming a better version. There is no better version than the truth, right? So it's about aligning back to authenticity, starting to walk towards your highest destiny rather than the fate you were given through, genetics or, ancestry or whatever it might be, right? The stories that you were told growing up. No, you shed that. And then you become yourself, and then you build on that and you move forward. And it's the most beautiful thing.
So at the end of this training, you became a modern day shaman?
I guess you could say that. Of
course.
Yes.
Would you be?
Yes.
So what kind of skills do you now have, or what elevated in you after you went through that process, basically?
Yeah, great question.
Who can you help and with what?
There we go. Here's my elevator pitch. Yeah. Well, essentially, it just really anchored in me, and this is something I was already on the path of through just life and my travels and my own realizations, but it just anchored in me how important it is to live a soul-based life.
Yeah.
Right? A life that is true to you, a life that is in alignment. That's where you find freedom, joy, peace, aliveness, all of it, right? And so the way we allow that to happen through shamanic energy medicine is actually removing the dense energies from the field that are keeping you stuck, blocked, small, right? And then you take that away, you change the affinity, which is the point of attraction, and then you begin having a new reality. And this is true with health, this is true with romance, this is true with all of it, every part of life. And then there are, the other skills, which is like soul retrieval, et cetera, et cetera. So,
oh yeah, never mind.
Never mind.
Can you tell me more about soul retrieval, please?
I can. So, I just threw that in there to shake things up.
Yeah.
Threw it under the table. So soul retrieval, what happens when there's a traumatic event is that often a piece of the soul gets broken off, and it stays in that situation, environment, or place. And so then you're kind
of like always seeking for yourself, but you don't even realize you lost it, probably.
Exactly. And you might not feel aligned. You might feel that there's like a bit of a disconnect, a bit of an emptiness. It's because a piece of you is over there, and the thing is, first we have to heal so that piece is safe enough to come back. So if you heal after, say, a traumatic relationship, then you can invite that piece back, and it's a very, very magical experience.
Severe loss in childhood, maybe.
Yeah. It could be anything that was too much for you to handle at the time.
I think a lot of people, unfortunately, go through that, but maybe not many realize that they need the soul retrieval.
Yeah, it's really helpful. A lot of people go on their own walkabout. They go on their own kind of spiritual journey to retrieve parts of themselves or to transform something. And there are many methods, right? But this is something that genuinely has a very big impact.
How does one do that?
The technique?
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Well, I guess contact you, but just
yeah. Yeah, it's
Is it
interesting.
like an exorcism?
No, it's not an exorcism, although sometimes that could be part of it, but it's typically not.
Right.
Essentially,
now that we've captivated our audience.
Exactly.
Tell us more.
So essentially, the client lies there, and the shamanic practitioner has a rattle to kind of go into a bit of a trance, and we're connected. We have like one hand on you, and we journey into 4 chambers. And it was like the chamber of the wound, the chamber of the gift, the chamber, etc. So there are different chambers, and we find the soul piece, and then the soul piece always has a message, and that message is always a kernel for someone's journey, a kernel of truth, a right next step, something that'll lead to a realization. And it just leads to a feeling of wholeness in the end, So I won't guide you through the whole process, but that's essentially, high level what it looks like.
But you do this in Ibiza
Yeah.
for clients.
Yeah.
Amazing. So how do they find you?
So that's part of it, and the other part of it is building a soul-based business.
Okay.
Because that's the only way that you don't burn out. That's the only way that you love what you do rather than resent yourself, every single day.
It probably brings you more abundance because you're in alignment.
Exactly.
With what you're meant to be doing.
Exactly. Of course, we always have to show up for the work that we're meant to do, but it's so much more about alignment than it is about forcing and bro marketing and pushing, and then showing up for the work, and then it flows. So it's amazing. Some people don't even change their business. They just shift things within their business, and then the energy comes back and they feel lit up again. It's like alignment within and alignment without.
That's kind of what happened with me in real estate.
Really?
I burned out like after 10 years. And
wow.
And the joke is that I retired at 33, but yeah, that was the plan, to do it before 35. Now I'm back in it because I love it.
Okay.
But also a lot of the energy shifted, and I think it's so important to do that.
Yeah, and to find your space in it.
I don't want to be retired. I love what I do.
There we
I'm
go.
good at it. It gives me energy and fuels me.
If it gives you energy, that's your number one sign.
It's my passion for sure. But but I also work a lot energetically, and I feel things, and now it's like a better flow.
Yeah. Because
so
you can feel.
Because like a lot of people, I think they feel that, oh, I need to totally change my life, right?
Right.
Like I'm in this corporate thing over here and I kind of need it, but I feel like it's not. But what you said, it's so beautiful that you can shift that. And you can stay in what you're doing and what your skills are in, but do it from a soulful level.
Exactly. From a place that's true to you. So you can switch completely, and for some people that's the answer. But for other people, you know, like for you, if it lights you up, you shift like things internally, and then everything changes, right? So internally meaning in the business, could be within yourself too, but
it was mostly within me.
So that's the.
I think that's how the business usually changes.
Exactly.
But it's really cool that, you know, for the viewers that are watching this, maybe a lot of them think like, oh my gosh, like, okay, I'm not totally ready to like 180 my life.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily have to.
I completely agree.
Yeah. Maybe they need to find a piece of their soul and then channel it into the soul-based business.
There we go. Nailed it.
Cool.
So,
So you do that in Ibiza and you do it remote.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, in person and online.
Nice.
So.
And did people find you on Instagram? Do you have a website?
Yeah.
We'll link everything, but I imagine you have both.
Well, currently working on a new website. Okay. So website is out of commission for now, but it will be around soon. And for now, Instagram is the best way. And there's going to be more content coming there very, very shortly. Okay, so I'm very excited.
And WhatsApp, I think, is usually the best way to connect with anyone, anywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I do like a lot of the work that I do with different people all over the world.
Yeah.
It's modern day technology helps. Just
there
like
we go.
Sometimes.
And
to connect with a shaman.
Yes, it's true. And it amplifies your powers. Like you're such a super connector, you know?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're so good with people.
That is my superpower. Actually.
Yeah. So
I love it. I think like if I can put the pieces of the puzzle together. I don't need anything out of it, but I love doing it. And I think that's why we started doing this podcast, because I wanted to share more of that with the world. And I think the people that are seeking, because I was seeking for a long time, they should be able to find this easier and faster, and just like, instead of, call Mariana, she'll probably have the right person.
Yeah.
So wherever you are, if you're watching this, we really appreciate that you follow us. If you like this, please subscribe. It really helps with what we do and bring more interesting people. But I also am very grateful to this island because it has so many cool, diverse healers here that help me and can help so many people no matter where they are.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that what brought you to the island at first?
I don't know if it was, no, I was just curious.
Okay.
And I came for a couple of days, and at first I didn't really like it because I was like in this, party zone of the place that was supposed to be very centrally located. Anyway, then I came here, and the first sunset at Cotton Club, I liked it very much. And then someone, but I wasn't really totally connected with the place. And then someone showed me a couple of the cool places. And then I remember the following day I went to the highest point in Ibiza.
Wow, yeah.
Satalaya.
Yeah.
And I just started crying.
Wow.
And I was like, I never want to leave this place. And I've been coming back.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I guess a higher power brought me here, and then it really helped transform my life. So I'm very grateful for that, and I want to share the blessings with
That's amazing.
Not necessarily that everyone comes here, but I think you can definitely feel the impact of this island and feel the powers that elevate you.
Yeah. And
then a lot of the sessions that I've had very interesting flying experiences from Atlantis, which apparently the stone, someone told me yesterday, I just bought this, I love this necklace. Someone said, oh, that's a stone from Atlantis.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I did not know that when I was buying it, but I love it. And then, flying as a goddess on top of a Svedra. And,
oh my gosh.
And then being like a shaman and, priestess, I guess, in the time of Atlantis and things like that. So anyway.
Another episode coming soon about that, I hope.
Life is wild, and I think if you're open to interesting surprises, it never ceases to surprise you.
Yeah, and especially on this island, the synchronicities.
Yes, yeah.
They're a whole other level.
how were we next to each other? And then this lady, I'm like, oh, Mariana. Oh, from Miami. I'm like, well, yes, sometimes from Miami.
Sometimes, yeah, exactly. The path of the traveler.
Like, I love Miami. I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. It's very lovely how all of it, the picture comes together when you're open to doing the work.
Absolutely.
So that's really cool, and I feel so inspired that you guide people through it now, right?
Yeah.
Because I think it's the biggest soul calling if you could help others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like what you're doing with this podcast is bringing this,
I guess.
you know, to the world and bringing different, you know, people, ideas, inspiration to the world. And that's what I love to do too, is helping people, you know, live.
Find their light.
Find their light. Yeah, exactly.
It's the whole meaning of life, right?
Yeah.
So thank you for watching.
Thank you so much.
Well, we hope to see you soon from Ibiza with Love.